I finally think I know why. So this is an iPhone 17 Pro Max. It has about a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, but this is the Honor Power 2. Yes, it's absolutely a clone of the iPhone, but it's also thinner than the iPhone and has a 10,000 milliamp hour battery. And this is the world we're living in now. There are many phones out now with absolutely massive batteries, the size that we only used to see in power banks, but without actually making the phones any thicker, all thanks to a new battery technology called silicon carbon. So if you're a subscriber, then you've already heard me talk a lot, especially in the past year, about silicon carbon batteries and how great they are and how they're even perfect for certain form factors of phones, like enabling the ultra thin ones like Galaxy S25 Edge and iPhone Air, because they could be super, super thin, but still with silicon carbon have normal battery capacities. But yet those phones didn't have silicon carbon. In fact, a lot of phones, competitive flagship phones, have come out lately that have skipped the silicon carbon battery. It seems like whole companies like Samsung and Apple and Google are just waiting on the sidelines and not touching this new battery tech in any of their phones. And I finally think I know why. So let's talk about these new smartphone batteries. So like I said, on the surface, it would seem like silicon carbon is a no-brainer. Obviously, you should have it in your phone, especially if you're just looking at the benefits. They're called silicon carbon because they essentially swap out graphite and use silicon, which can hold way more energy than graphite. So the main advantage is higher energy density. We have phones now with way bigger battery capacities in the same footprint as always. I remember when the new OnePlus flagship came out last January, and it made this huge jump from 5,400 milliamp hours straight to 6,000 milliamp hours by going with silicon carbon. And then later the same year, they went to 7,300 milliamp hours. So it just felt like we are resetting what to expect from a smartphone battery. But of course, like I mentioned, new Samsung phones keep coming out, no silicon carbon batteries. New iPhones have been coming out, no silicon carbon. Even new Pixel phones, same thing. And so people, of course, are talking about it. Now, I'd had some suspicions about why, and a couple other YouTubers have also shared, but I think the main theory was that these are huge companies that are going to ask for massive quantities of stuff from suppliers. So with a brand new tech like silicon carbon, if you're Apple, you're going and asking for 10 million of these things for your new iPhone, and maybe that wasn't possible yet. So understandable if that's true. But then again, Xiaomi is huge, and they're using silicon carbon in all their flagships, and Realme and Honor and Oppo and Huawei and all these companies using tons of silicon carbon in a lot of volume of phones. Meanwhile, Google's over here with the Pixel, not shipping that many phones and not using silicon carbon. So maybe that's not the whole story.